Howdy gamers, it's Jester back at it again with another dogshit video. And today I wanted to talk about the history of my Discord server. Now, if you've been in my YouTube comments or in my Discord server at all, you'll realize that it's pretty fucking insane. I think, for the most part, I try to do things somewhat unique, and something I've enjoyed a lot is Discord, even before the YouTube stuff has gone well. And so I really took it upon myself to try to make my Discord server something I would enjoy as much as possible. And in that, it has led to this journey that I was not expecting. I think for a YouTuber my size, my Discord is proportional in activity, especially at times, to someone with millions of subscribers. I think a big part of that was because I really cared about it and I enjoyed using it and stuff like that. And I'd just like to announce now also, I'll get into this later, but I am completely rebranding the entire Discord server as a monkey roleplay server. That is not a joke. It sort of is a joke. You get it. And I am going to still have a secluded off-human zone, but for the most part, I'd like to return it to something I will enjoy again. And I'll talk about that later. So, in the beginning, which was about May 2019, I was streaming on Twitch. I was getting about 0 viewers, and I streamed for hundreds of hours. This is when the Discord server was created. Also, another reason the Discord server was created at this point was because I would annoy my friends with dumb shit, and I wanted somewhere to post it where like I felt like I was sharing it with someone, even though I know I wasn't. And that was when the I Post Shit Here channel became a thing. That channel is one of my favorite things as a human. I know it sounds weird, but I just love posting dumb shit there. And it's still in the Discord, and it still will be in the Discord. But that was also a big reason I created it, and I don't know if I've really talked about it that much, because even if you'll see when 0 people use that Discord, I was still using that channel pretty actively, and that was just because I felt bad annoying my friends with dumb shit. So I would almost use there to log my jokes to myself because I'm retarded. And I think there was a couple people that joined. There was only one person that ever talked in there. For reasons I'll get in later, we have lost all the logs, I think, unless it's been backed up somewhere, and that's likely to have actually happened, that it's backed up. But there's only ever one guy. I don't remember what his name was, and he left the server a while ago. So, shoutouts to that guy. He was there in the original Old Frog. And then this led up to about December 2019, which is the next phase. And that is the Funny Mike releasing. Not doing well, but releasing, where it was getting like a couple thousand views. That's when we had a couple people in there. There's like a dozen or so people that joined the Discord server that thought it was funny, and they talk a little bit. And I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I don't think anyone stuck around from that time. I still don't believe there's anyone active still from that time frame, other than myself, obviously. Nothing of significance happened at this point, but I think the real shit actually starts happening in the Funny Mike explosion. This happened in February of 2020. So, this was the initial explosion and the initial wave of people. This was by far when I was the happiest on the Discord server and enjoyed it the most. I think I got pretty lucky. The people that were on there, I tended to get along with pretty well. I think when you're a shit poster, there's like different breeds. And I'll talk about this. I know I've said this a fucking lot, but I'll talk about this also later. Is that there is 12-year-olds who shit post and just kind of are still spamming Harambe memes. And then there's the type of shit posters who are like older, like usually about my age, and there's just a different flavor to it. And then there's really nothing in between. But these are a lot of people that I've talked to and enjoyed talking to quite a bit. I should say too that I'm not going to be giving names of any of the people that are in or very active in the Discord server. Part of that reason is because I don't think I have good enough documentation on my side to have actually marked all of the most notorious, and most of the people are notorious, they're not loved, people in the Discord server. There are a couple people of moderation that have become very notorious, and there's quite a few new members that have become very notorious. So, very seldom has anyone gained any sort of popularity on the Discord server by being a good person. And that's okay. I never really wanted to make it to be a fucking snowflake land. The Discord server at this time, though, was just in February, about February to March of this year. It was extremely fun to use, and I definitely established how I would enjoy it also, and that was with the pseudo-anarchy system. Now, when the Funny Mike video first exploded, I want as much anarchy as I could have, and that's what I said at the time, to where Discord could not shut it down. So I wanted to do every bit of anarchy other than Discord TOS, which is pretty close to still what we do, but after a couple of weeks, I was like, okay, so the first 2 weeks, most of the text channels were shut down because it was a single guy spamming Shaq with a pizza. Fuck. Shaq with a piece of pizza. Fucking hilarious, but after like 2 weeks of and he wasn't botting. We would have banned him if he was botting. He was a real person. He would respond if you added him, unless he has like... and he literally, this guy dedicated his life to just spamming Shaq with a piece of pizza for like 2 weeks straight, 16 hours a day. So shout outs to the fucking that guy. But eventually we had to add one rule that technically isn't against TOS, and that was no spamming. So I think we let you spam within a certain amount, but at a certain point, a single person can nearly shut down the entire server, and sometimes literally because it'll lag the whole fucking thing out. So this has been the most controversial rule we've had. I've had to explain this thing to about 5 million people, and yet what I will once again describe as 12-year-old shitposters still annoy me about it constantly. And so after this, I think the drama really began. Part of the stuff that started causing a lot of issues is that I think trying to appeal to people, you can in turn appeal to no one. And the pseudo-anarchy system, I think, started to do that. Because you have to think, okay, who wants to be in a pseudo-anarchy Discord, right? The majority of people that want to be in there probably are the type to do the shit against Discord TOS and to spam. And so, the majority of active members over time that I enjoyed, I just had nothing to do with moderation, it would start getting banned. People who were in there a long time, talked a lot, would get banned. And that's an issue still to this day. That's because inevitably they would just do something. We're like, alright, fuck, we've got to get rid of them. We've muted them too many times. And I should stop saying we, because if you ever known that you've messaged me anything about moderation, I will almost always respond with mods gay, that fucking dog gif, or not respond at all. I cannot tell you how many fucks I do not give about moderation. The purpose of that server was so that way I wouldn't have to moderate it at all. And early on, I really didn't. But we had to get more strict over time because the server was getting threatened to shut down. And I'll talk about that later also. But it sucked because we started upsetting some of the people who I enjoyed the most, but we had to. It was that or getting the entire server shut down. And in retrospective, I think I may wish that we actually just let the thing burn. Also, a really big part about this about March time period is that's when cliques start forming. As a person gets banned, with anything, with any community, there's going to be cliques that form, group of friends, and then one of their friends get banned, which actually most of the time implies that all of them get banned, right? It really isn't any difference if you ban one of them or all of them, because they're all going to start protesting for that guy to get unbanned, or they're just going to, make their own server. And this is what I actually really, really didn't mind, and I actually like people doing. If my server is not for you, and it's a fucking Discord server, for the love of God, I wish people stop stressing out. This is a Discord server, fucking relax. Like, please go here to enjoy your life. If you're getting stressed out about it, fucking go somewhere else. It's not that difficult, there's plenty of Discord servers, and if you have an emotional attachment to it, and you have an emotional attachment to the people on there, that's when this one comes in. So you can do two of things. The first one is what I've fucking done, which is create group chats. Creating group chats through Discord is nice because no one is allowed to moderate it. Therefore, there was no issue of moderation. I love group chats. People know there's a group chat I'm in that's pretty much the most active thing I'm in, and it's the active stream chat. It's made of people that were active for my stream, and I talk in there constantly. In fact, I'm probably the most person that talks in there. And also, when I say talk in something, that doesn't always mean I'm not active. In my own Discord, I never actually talked that much in the chat, but I still read it all the time. I lurk pretty intensely. And also, to the second thing, if you are upset with my server and you still have friends, for the love of God, make your own fucking server. And that's what people started doing, which is great. And that's when the initial Jester archive servers started happening. And especially the first original one, which I'm still somewhat active in. I still read it quite a bit. And this was when some people had issues with moderation. I think it's almost every situation. So they started creating their own Discord servers, which is great. But then those cliques would start falling apart. And then when those cliques would fall apart, they would form new cliques and create new servers. So at this point, there is somewhere around 30-something verified alternate Discord servers to mine. Like, we've tried to do a count, and I think we got like 36. It was a couple weeks ago. That's not 100% confirmed. It's really fucking hard to figure out which ones are. There could be more. but there's at least about 30 that have been made. Almost every single one of them, how they would work is they would get pissed at my server or pissed at another alternate server that was branched off of mine, and then they would create their own. And then in about a week to 2 weeks, or about a month to 2 months if they were pretty big, they would all die. Because they would have their own drama. And yet, at the same time, no one has ever realized, oh, maybe it wasn't Jester's fault for the moderation issues. Maybe it's an inevitable problem that's just going to happen with a pseudo-anarchy Discord. I still kept doing it, though. The server definitely went on a decline. And also, I slowly began ignoring it. This was the part where I just slowly stopped being on less and less. And that's because over time, more and more of my messages consisted of people bitching about moderation. So I like talking to people in DMs. I like talking to people in Discord. It's something I just enjoy. But I do not enjoy talking about moderation. I don't give a fuck about moderation. I'm extremely hands-off with my mods. But I still think they do a fairly good job for what the task they are given. Just the task they need to do is inevitably fucked. And I slowly just began ignoring it. And stuff like this kept happening where just less and less people go and mods would leave, but I wasn't replacing the mods. So it started becoming more proper anarchy. Again, it started becoming a little more active, and then we had, but still pretty fucking dead. But then came July 24th. This was the official Discord warning. This was when Discord themselves threatened to shut my fucking server down. That's fair. Honestly, was glad they at least sent me a warning and didn't just fucking delete it. It was complete degeneracy. Most of the time, it's just like a lot of people would spam gore, and we had to mute them, or people were saying racist shit, or trying to raid other servers or lolly porn. So this is the number one things they were upset with. Discord was they were upset about lolly porn, they were upset about raiding, and they were upset about racial shit. So we had to do two things. We're like, okay, I can let the server burn, or I can try to increase moderation again and focus more on moderation. And I chose the latter. And then this is when I added a whole bunch of mods. I'm like, fuck it, the server's gonna get deleted anyways. I want to deal with this as less as possible. So what I did is I added a whole bunch of mods. And I told them, I'm going to cull the vast majority of you. Most of you guys are going to be fucking useless or counterproductive. That's fine. Being a Discord mod does not fucking matter. If you think it does, neck yourself. So I informed them of this, and so over time I was just taking away their mods. Usually I'd wait till they did something dumb, or like got a little mad with power and just remove their mod. Slowly over time I left with like 5 or so, which is about all I needed. And then the server started actually picking up a little bit of traction again. It became a little more active, which was good. Then in about a month and a half, the Holocaust happened. So, it was September 5th. One of the mods who did not lose their mod saw me post, and I post shit here. I had to pick up a shift. I ended up working a 16-hour shift at where I was working. I was obviously not on Discord. I was at work, and I did not actually know what was going on. And so this person, over the course of what I think was 6 hours before I noticed on my phone, like when I was on some sort of a break, I noticed that he banned 1,500 people. So at the time, there was only about 1,800 people. He nearly banned every single person before I caught on. This, obviously, is what killed the server the most. I think a lot of people try to argue that moderation is what killed it. No, you're fucking retarded. I think people have this massive ego that them as an individual were the only reason the server was alive. I don't know what makes 12-year-olds fucking think that so much. I think something about maturity is you get enough... is that you lose, hopefully, some of your ego. You realize that when you're banned from a Discord server, it's not like the whole thing's going to collapse. But yeah, the Holocaust happened. At that point, I wasn't that upset. Like, I was like, okay, this is going to have somewhat detrimental effects to my YouTube and my stream, and that makes me pretty sad. I saw a pretty massive dip in viewership because a lot of people figured out about my videos through Discord, and my streams through Discord. And my stream never did that well, so I'm not that concerned about it, but it had a pretty dramatic effect on my YouTube. I immediately saw like a 30 to 50% lower viewership, and it slowly climbed up back now, but it's just now kind of reaching the point it was. So, yeah, and I'm not going to really say who this guy was, but it's kind of strange to think what a single individual with a computer and a couple hours can have such like a negative impact on your life. Like, I'm not someone who gets easily offended. I think if people get easily offended that a certain word can throw them into fucking depression. That's not what I'm saying here, but like a single person genuinely had a pretty massive impact on any sort of presence I had online, which sucked. And also because I cared a lot about the Discord server, I still do. I think when people hear I don't care about moderation, they somehow infer I don't care about the server at all, and it's fucking retarded. I don't. I care a lot about it. And then I pretty much saw the entire thing destroyed over the course of a couple hours and not noticing, so I had to pick up a shift at work. Yeah. And then after that, the few people that joined were what I would keep describing as 12-year-olds. So pretty much after that, it became 99% of my... That's exaggerating a little bit. Probably around 90% of the DMs I got and the messages I saw and in the Discord people talking to me was all about moderation. Every single one of them. As though there was some way I could fix it. They would lead to problems like, hey, there's this one mod who's a Nazi. Hey, there's this one mod who's abusing power. Hey, you've got a corrupt mod. No, I fucking don't. Like, I've looked into it. They're trying to do well. And also, a lot of people would try to PM me, and I would usually look into these. I used to. And then I'd have people DM me like, hey, man, I was banned, but I didn't do anything. And then it turns out nearly every single one of them, in fact, I think from memory, every single one of them, with the exception of a couple now, would DM me like, hey, I did nothing, and then I would look into their logs, and they were spamming, like, lolly and gore. It's like, okay, what? And multiple times, like, they were muted, like, they had, like, 3 chances of spamming lolly and gore, and they kept fucking it up. And they'd say, oh, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, fucking alright. The people that were left were exclusively people that just bitched about the server, and it slowly made me hate my own Discord server. Something that initially I loved, and I spent a lot of my time on, slowly became something I didn't even like at all. As much as it pains me to say that, that's where we're still at now. I don't even like my own Discord server. I am very happy for what it's done for me, and the experiences I've had, but in its current state, I fucking hate it. Every single message I seem to ever get is in relation to moderation. It's not an issue with me not caring about moderation. It's not an issue with the mods I have. It's an issue with the system itself. And it's hard to tell people that. Yeah, I miss talking to people and having fun again. I'm not someone who enjoys moderation. It's not like I'm just burnt out on it. I've never enjoyed it in the first place. So, I think it would be very weak-willed of me to just write everything off and just, like, close it or something. So, I've decided to do something kind of weird. So, if you've been on the channel, you're probably aware that I've had a pretty strange obsession with monkeys. Why? I don't fucking know. I started doing it before it kind of became this mainstream thing recently. It's almost a dead meme now, but honestly, you could suck my fucking nuts. So there's still gonna be a human zone. However, a good majority of the Discord is now going to be related to monkey roleplay. It is going to be moderated. So that it's going to be moderated with clear rules. Okay, so I'll just lay them out right now. I'm gonna have channels. The names will be fucking self-explanatory. You have to pretend like you're a monkey. If you slip up, that's okay. Just people will be like, oh my god, he's sick, or like the weird shit. Like, oh my god, he's thinking he's a human, he's retarded. Like, hopefully people can keep each other in check. But I'm now going to start using a majority of the Discord server for monkey roleplay. I just think it'd be something fun to do. And I really want to enjoy using my Discord server again. So please come in the Discord server, pretend like you're a fucking monkey. And hopefully just have a good time. Peace, gamers. Hopefully see you there.